Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys Blues, 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games, and sometimes friends. But Long Boys Blues, 1975.
This is the New Zealand story on the ZX Spectrum. It's another perfect game that I have to include in my list of revisited videos for what I consider, that's the key point here, what I consider to be the best arcade ports on the ZX Spectrum, because it's got absolutely fantastic reviews back in the day, and I had it as well and loved it. But it's not for everyone, because it does have faults, but all the faults it has are basically because it's running on a ZX Spectrum. So obviously the New Zealand story was released in the arcades by Taito in 1988, and it's a massive 8-directional side-scrolling platformer where you can get on vehicles, you can go underwater, but ultimately you have to get to the end of the stage before the time runs out, and a little devil dude comes and kills you and rescue another Kiwi, because you are Tiki the Kiwi, and you're wearing a bitchin' pair of trainers, and a tiger seal has stolen, check out the arcade intro, a bunch of Kiwis in front of a New Zealand zoo, and one of them smoking a cigar. But yeah, tiger seal steals all your mates, including your girlfriend Fifi, fucking name, Fifi. Sounds like fucking slang for punani. Yeah, they all get kidnapped. Now, I first played this in an arcade in Westward Ho as a kid, and just the visuals alone hooked me, and I absolutely loved it. I could complete the first boss, but yeah, I adored it, and it also had a reasonable crowd around it as well. I think it was because of the visuals. There are warp zones as well which don't make it into the 8-bits, where you discover them by accident, but if you shoot a piece of random space with your bow and arrow, like a chamber appears or a door appears, much like the ones that the enemies come out of, and will take you to another part of the level. Also, there is a heaven. I've told this before and people don't believe me, but there is a heaven in this game. You die and then you go to heaven, and you carry on for a little bit, but you're in heaven. But you can die in heaven and then the game ends, or something along those lines. Now, it was a port to absolutely everything: PC Engine, Mega Drive, NES, Master System, you name it, it's on there. But we're looking at this version as part of the 8-bit micros that were ported by Ocean. And the Amiga and Atari ST versions are really, really good, solid ports. The Amstrad's an even slower, clunkier version of this with colour, and the Commodore 64 version, while it has background graphics, bears very little resemblance to the arcade. I've played it, and you look more like Tweenie Pie than Tiki the Kiwi. But let's get into it. Also, back in the day, you did not want to play this on a 48K machine because it's a multi-loader, and this game is mahoosive. It's huge. So yeah, 1 to 8K was the way to go. So K for keys. I don't know why, but I've got a nagging feeling it won't let me use P. I don't know if P is pause, don't think it is, but I'm not going to use it anyway because I've just given that spiel and I don't want to give it again. Fire, N. So we just move our keys of champions on the right hand side in one key. Q up, A down, P right, O left. And we're going to have it on music because it's a decent AY rendition of the arcade, but it will get old quite quickly. But screw it, it's my party and all that jazz. So level 1 of 1, 4 stages to a level, and off we go. Bottom left hand corner, my lives. In the middle, high score, my score. Bottom right hand corner, that would be my oxygen. Now, it's a bit chuggy in the frames, but what you got to remember is, particularly if you look at the Commodore 64 version, the levels are basically a 1-to-1. Do you see how quickly the time runs out? Oh fuck. Yeah, a 1-to-1 proper representation of the arcade. There may be no background graphics, but they are the arcade levels. Also, all the enemies are here, and all the sprites, there you go, all the sprites are absolute monochromic a bit, bang on representations of the arcade. But as you can see, the time limit is fucking tight. Now, the warp zone would be there, but it's not. You can shoot their projectiles. Collecting fruit does not extend your time, which is not displayed on the screen. That's a bit annoying. But points win prizes. Like every enemy. There you go. That's the portals. That joystick means if I get a vehicle, if you will, I don't have to worry about gravity kicking in, if you will. Are they the bastards that spawn? Don't think so. Don't know. But yeah, I loved this as a kid, mainly because we were in 128K Town at that time. I wasn't far off my Mega Drive at this point, but it wasn't out on the Master System at this point either, which is a good version, but it runs a little quickly. Right, we need a vehicle. Also, like I said, it feels a bit chuggy and framey, mainly when it scrolls. But you will see how many enemies it chucks around. It's ridiculous. Well, so is the arcade. It also makes it quite tricky. Yeah, it's another perfect example of it. May be Taito, and it may, like, you know, cute its tits, but don't think for a second there's not a massive amount of death going on. There's a cheat you can do here. I don't think you can do it on lots of it. I got the laser. Other versions. I got in there. Oh, it didn't work. You used to be able to, I don't know how you do it. You used to be able to get in there and then drop off your vehicle, and then you could bypass a massive chunk of the stage. Look, there you go, oxygen's going down, and I can flop because I'm a filthy little bastard. Penguins are fuckers in this. It's the range on their projectiles. I feel that the time on this stage was quite generous. See, I've saved 3 Kiwis. I've guaranteed the survival of the race. Let's call it quits there. This is a boss stage. The bosses in this are amazing. Careful when you jump, because once you've committed, you can't unjump. And look at that. You get shot a lot. Bit of oxygen. Yeah, it's the scrolling that lets it down. But like I said, I think it's a looker. This is a bit of a bastard. Right, in the arcade, when you fell, you could hammer left and right. And you would slow your descent. Because obviously, Kiwis can't fly. This is going to be a balls up. Right. See, there it is cheap. It's in certain areas where you can't do anything. But to be fair, so's the arcade. Also, it's supposed to spawn you on a little balloon if you don't have a vehicle. And also, when you spawned, it starts you where you were, which, as you can see, can be a fucking pain. Now, I need one of these bastards to come down because I need to GTA's ride. Right. Also, you scroll very close to the top of the screen, which can be a problem because there are spikes everywhere. See? Motherfucker! I'm fucked. Am I fucked? I've got to at least get to the whale. There are balloons which take a massive amount of hits. Well, they take about 5 and you're alright. Then there are also metal things you can nick. I don't know what they're called. See that balloon? Which give you more than one potential hit. You need the laser for this, dude. There you go, those things. Yeah, you need the laser for this level because he can, look at that, wall of death. He can be a little tricky, if you will. But the laser just cuts through him like a bitch. That's what lasers do. That's what they were intended for. Did you not know? Oh, that's making me feel nauseous. I think that's the ROM that's doing that. See, he looks just like the arcade. And I'm pretty sure my my weapon, it does nothing because you've got to be eaten. It's like a Moby Dick thing going on. Oh no, you don't. There you go. Maybe you can't get eaten on this stage. Yeah, this is a tap file. Does that mean you had to load this in on the 128K version as well? Surely not. Yeah, I'm not playing this on my Retro Games Spectrum because while this is on there, all of them are multi-loaders. Even though I put this tap file on there, and it can't handle it. It says out of memory. In fact, I love my Retro Games Spectrum, but I'm finding out now that even if you've changed the ROM to a Sinclair ROM, see, look, I had to do that because I'm stuck. So don't go up. Yeah, you've changed the ROM to a Sinclair ROM. So many games still don't work. They work on FBZX Wii because FBZX Wii is boss. It's boss tier. So yeah, like I said, it's a bit clunky, it's a bit framey in places, but for the sheer amount of shit that's going on, and how sprite-wise accurate it is to the arcade, I think this is a fantastic port. I might be on my own on that one. I've played it numerous times because that's how much I love it. Fuck! That's because it puts them in boxes above you. Seven ain't live. Don't go all the way to the top because there might be spikes. Yoink. So where are these dimensions that they're coming from? Oh! I don't know where I'm going. I'm flying too close to the sun, I know that. Get up. Oh, I got the bomb. The bomb is shit. Oh, we go down. See, it is a bit falling to your uncertain death. God, this is tight. Yeah, the especially when you're on a vehicle. I'm sorry, I just like saying it like that. The bomb is shit. I've got no idea if I'm even going in the right direction. It's been ages. Yay! How many tikis? How many Kiwis have I rescued? Also, the bloke who developed this made it because he'd just been on holiday to New Zealand. Yeah, true story. Well, there we go. The New Zealand story on the ZX Spectrum. It has its faults. You definitely want to download a TAP file, and you definitely want to download a 128K TAP file. And you might want to play it on a proper emulator, not FBZX. Oh, sorry, no, because that's a proper emulator, not the Retro Games Spectrum. But that might just be me having trouble. But for all its frame rate issues and stuff like that, and lack of background graphics, this is an unbelievably close port of the arcade, and that's why I loved it, and that's why I had to put it in this series of videos. Anyways, always I love to know, especially if you played this back in the day on the Spectrum, or to be fair, any of the micros. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.